In today's lesson, we will learn how to use the table mode to draw the graph of a function. We are given y is equal to 2x minus 5, and we will use the calculator to determine the graph of this equation. Our first step will be to set up the calculator in the table mode. We will use the mode button and choose 3. And the calculator will allow us to input the equation of the graph using the alpha button. So we will type on the calculator 2 alpha, and the x is here with the bracket, minus 5, and we will enter using the equal sign. We could input another graph, but in this instance it's not necessary. I will just enter again. I'm going to start my table at minus 4, enter. I will end at positive 4, enter, and I will step 1. It means it will go to the next number in the table counting in ones. The calculator gives us a vertical table. I'm going to transfer these values into my horizontal table. The first column is the x values, the second column gives us the corresponding y values. At negative 4, the corresponding y value is minus 13. Negative 3 is minus 11. Negative 2 is minus 9. I can use the cursor to look at more values. At negative 1, my y value is minus 7. At 0, it's minus 5. At 1, it is minus 3. I can go down 3 more steps. At 2, it's negative 1. At 3, it's positive 1. And at 4, it is positive 3. After I wrote down the x and y values for this graph, I can plot these points on the Cartesian plane. Minus 4 and 13 represents a number pair on the Cartesian plane. So I will plot minus 4 and minus 13, minus 3 and minus 11, minus 2 and minus 9, minus 1, minus 7, 0 and minus 5, 1 and minus 3, 2 and minus 1, 1 and 3 and 1, and 4 and positive 3. After I plotted the points, I can draw the graph by connecting the dots. And I'm always going to extend my graph beyond the first and the last point and indicate that the graph continues by using an arrow. I will also write the name of the graph next to it. Y is equal to 2x minus 5. I can also use the equation of the graph to calculate the x and the y-intercept. The x-intercept is calculated by making y equal to 0. In my equation, I will substitute the y value by 0, and I will solve for x. Moving the 5 to that side, it becomes positive 5. I'm going to divide on both sides by 2, and that gives me that x is equal to 5 over 2. This is the point on the graph where it intersects with the x-axis at 2.5. The y-intercept is determined by substituting x equal to 0. In my equation, I'm going to substitute x by 0. Y is equal to 2 times 0 minus 5, and my final answer is negative 5. This represents the point where the graph will intersect with the y-axis.